Hello, Algebra 2 class. Welcome back. This is Lesson 17, Subscripted Variables and Angle Relationships. This lesson is really what you've already been doing. They just try to make the letters a little fancier. So let's continue straight to the point. First, we have what's called subscripted variables. Subscripts are just things written lower and smaller next to a letter. So they're useful when your unknowns are called by the same name, but they're really a little bit different. For example, if I have number of nickels and number of dimes, both of them are capital N for number of coins, but really they're different. One is a nickel coin and the other is a dime coin. So instead of putting X and Y, that really doesn't tell me if it's a counting number or if it's a nickel or a dime. None of that starts with an X or a Y. So when I make my equations, I want my equations, the letters in the equation, to show what the equation really means. So instead of maybe X, I could put N of N. That's how you would read this first subscripted variable. The small lower capital N is a subscript. It is sub means below, and it's just scripted to tell me that it's the number of nickels. And then my next subscripted variable can be N for number and D for dimes. N of D, number of dimes. You treat that whole subscripted variable as one letter when you're solving the equation. Here's an example. Here's a system of equations. It looks like there's one variable at first, capital N, but the subscripts tell me they're really different. There's an N of N and an N of D in both equations. So I have two variables and two equations, and I can solve. I can either take this first equation and solve for one letter and substitute it in the second equation. Or I can solve by elimination. I can eliminate a variable by making it the same. Like I could take this first equation and multiply everything times -5, and that would eliminate my number of nickels. -5 N of N plus -5 N of D equals -5 times 40. My second equation I can write just like it's written, and I can add those equations, eliminate my nickels, and now I find that 5 times my number of dimes, N of D, equals 50, and so my number of dimes is 10. Right? Because I can divide both sides by 5. 50 divided by 5 is 10. I found N of D, my number of dimes. Now this is not how much money my dimes is worth. It's how many coins called dimes I have. Now I can go back to any equation up top and use N of D to find N of N. The easiest one is this first equation, N of N plus N of D, but now I know that's the number of 10, equals 40. And so if I subtract 10 on both sides, N of N, number of nickels, is 30. So you can see that this is exactly like what you've been doing, but instead of using X's and Y's, we're using subscripted variables like N of N and N of D. Here's a little more complicated subscripted variable equation. We have R of M, T of M, R of W, T of W. So you could call it the, I don't know, rate of Margie and the time it took Margie to go. That would, remember, distance equals rate times time. So you're going to see D and R and T in some word equations later. So this would be rate and time plus the rate of Wilhelmina times the time of Wilhelmina. I don't know. That W would tell you it's somebody else's rate, not Margie's rate, or whatever the M and the W stand for. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 variables, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4 equations. So it really is solvable. Here we have simple numbers that we can substitute for letters. So let's plug those in. This is my biggest equation. I call it the mother of all equations. And we'll take all the other small equations and substitute them. R of m is 40. That's the R of m. Do I know a T of m? Well, over here, I could solve for T of m. T of m is 5 minus T of w, right? So I could put that here. 5 minus T of w plus, so I got that. What's R of w? Oh, I have a 60 here I can put there. And do I know T of w? Well, I could resolve this for T of w, but if I just write T of w, now I have an equation with all T of w's in it. It's just one unknown now, and I can solve. So I substituted R of m, I substituted R of w, and I substituted T of m, and I left T of w alone so that I had one variable to solve for. So now I have 200 minus 40 T of w. You see how I just distributed? Plus 60 T of w equals 260. I can subtract 200 on both sides. And I can combine negative 40 and 60 T of w. And I get 20 T of w equals 60. This is 0, this is 60. I can divide by 20. And T of w equals 3. So w's time is 3. So I have T of w. I have a number for R of m and R of w. I am missing a number for T of m. I can use this equation. T of m equals 5 minus T of w, which I just learned is 3. So T of m now is 2. The key to working these, where you have several equations, is keeping your work organized and tracking what you have. That's why I circled the values I already had, and making sure you find what you need and solve for that. All right, the last part of this lesson 17 is angle relationships. And again, we've done this so many times. We learned that the magic number is 180, and anything that makes a straight line equals 180 because they are supplementary angles. So here I have 7x minus 2y plus 50 equals 180. Now, on the bottom, I can do this two ways. I can know that this angle is the same as this angle because they are in the same location at a different intersection. So 7x minus 2y also equals 5x minus 10y. Or I could remember that this angle and this angle are the same because they are in the same location at a different intersection. If they're the same, I can set them equal to each other. 5x minus 10y equals 50. Here I can also say minus 50, and I can rewrite this equation as 7x minus 2y equals 130. Now I have two equations and two variables, and guess what? I can solve. I can substitute or I can eliminate. Well, I can turn both of these x's into 35x, Or on my y's, I could multiply this second equation times -5 and turn this y into a positive 10y to go with this negative 10y. If I multiply this -5, I get negative 35x plus 10y equals negative, and I'm going to start in the ones place, 15, carrier 1, negative 650. So this last equation becomes this. All right, I'm going to take this equation and bring it down. So now I have 5x minus 10y equals 50 written right under my other equation. And I can add and eliminate my y's, and I have negative 30x equals negative 600. Divide by negative 30. And x equals 20. But wait, there's more. Now that I have x, which is part of my answer, I need to find y. I can come back and look at any of these equations. The first easy equation is the second one, 5x minus 10y equals 50. I'm going to rewrite that over here. 5x minus 10y equals 50. I know that x is 20, so I can put a 20 here for my x. 5 times 20 is 100, minus 10y equals 50. And now I can solve for y. Minus 100, so negative 10y equals negative 50. Divided by negative 10, and y equals 5. Now I have an x and a y. I can write that as 20, 5, or I can circle each individual answer. All right, that is lesson 17. Work the practice set and come to class. Thank you.